What's up, people? This is Alsmillions. Wanted to talk to you about the relationship between you and your customer, and some of the secrets that I find out important for you to know and for you to be able to convey to your customer. I think if you ask most barbers, what's the secret of building a clientele and gaining new customers, they will tell you the secret is being able to cut well, having sharp lines, nice detail work, crispy lines, that kind of stuff that will bring customers back. And while I agree with some of that, I do know for a fact that some of that's not necessary. A lot of what we think is necessary, a lot of what we think is important to the client is not really important to the client. The biggest secret that you will find and that will cause you to keep customers coming back to you is the fact that customers are really not concerned so much about how great you cut or how sharp your lines are. They're really concerned more about how you make them feel as a customer. Okay? So when a customer comes in to me and sits down, or one of my clients, someone that's been coming to me for a while, one of the things that I do and I seek to do is to compliment that customer, compliment that client, make that client feel good about what he's got on, what he's wearing that day, make him feel good about the car he's driving, his shoes, something that he told me about, some kind of maybe his son just graduated, maybe it might be his wife's birthday, so you want to compliment him on that. And because people don't usually get compliments, especially men, men really don't get compliments. They really don't feel like they're being respected. So if you compliment your customer, and I mean, I don't mean just throw stuff out there and don't sound, legit. I mean, you seriously compliment and be, authentic about your compliment. If the guy got on good shoes, nice shoes, hey doc, I like those kicks. If he has on, nice suit, I like that suit, I like that. You want to give the customer the knowledge that you respect their taste and that that you're proud of what they do, and this makes them feel good about themselves. Because really, the key towards building a good clientele and building a strong relationship with your customer is it's all about how you make them feel. Okay, if you make them feel great, if you make them feel important, if you make them feel like they're the best, or they're the only ones, they will stick with you forever. The worst thing you can do to a man is to not, to ignore his accomplishments, to ignore what he has done, to ignore the things that he thinks are important. Okay, and once you have been able to, tell a customer and compliment a customer, you will have a customer for life. All right, he will really take to that, and more so than women. Okay, but that's very important. So it's not really about the cut so much. It's about how you make them feel. Have you ever had a customer and you cut their hair and you went to reach for the mirror and you said, "Man, I don't need that mirror." It's not about the cut. He trusts you. But you make him feel like $1,000, $1 million. You make him feel like he can trust you. He doesn't even want to see the camera. The mirror. And you've seen those old men in the shops, and they're cutting people's head, and they may not cut all that well. They may have a shaky hand, and they may not be as good as they used to be. But people still come and sit in their chair. See, it's not about the cut. It's about the relationship. It's about the camaraderie. It's about how that barber makes that customer feel. Now, of course, that doesn't go with everyone, but it goes with more people than not. And if you develop this, and along with your cutting, along with your customer service, you will find that customers will look, they will seek you out, they will wait for you. 4 or 5 deep will wait for you because they appreciate how you treat them. Okay? When you're in the shop and the customer walks in the door, whatever you're doing, you want to acknowledge that customer. I don't mean just go like that. You really want to say, "Hey, guy, how you doing?" It's good if you know his name. If you know his name or her name, you want to say, "Hey, Bob, how's it going? It's good to see you, man. I really appreciate you today." Those are kind of things that you want to convey to your customer to make them know that you appreciate their business. Okay, and if you do that, you will make them feel important. You will make them feel wanted. And if you do that, you will always have a customer that will be dedicated to you. Okay, so it's not about always the shortcuts and this and that and tight this and that. It's really about how you make the customer feel. If you can combine those two, a good cut with respect and a good customer service, you're going to make so much money in this business you're not going to be able to sit down. So continue to do good cutting, but remember, it's about how you make the customer feel. Take care of yourselves. Talk to you soon. What's up, people? Alsmillions here once again to talk to you about barbering and to talk to you about the things that will make you successful in this business. And let me tell you, this is a competitive business. I've said to you before, very competitive. A lot of people are in it now, and so it's important sometimes for us to stand out. But some of the things that I see and some of the things that I hear, is really not necessary, because one of the things that you want to do, and I think I said to you earlier in the series about staying under the radar, I just want to piggyback on that, because one of the things that I think barbers do that really cause them to have problems is that they're not humble enough. Okay, and I think a lot of people think that it's important that they let everybody know how great they are. I'm the best barber in the world. I'm the best barber in New York. I'm the best barber in Chicago. I'm the best barber on the East Coast. Not important. All it does is causes you to develop haters and people that seek to take you down. It causes you to make it to be a distraction. And once you become a distraction, you become a target. Okay? And if you become a target, then it's hard really for people to like you. Okay? One of the things I do understand is that people don't like braggers, especially braggers that can back it up. So if you want to be successful, especially if you're selling products and services, especially if you're cutting hair, the worst thing in the world you can do is just be a bragger and always talking about yourself, how good you are, how great you are. Let your customers talk about how good you are. Let your customers tell, what kind of cutting you do. I think one of the things, one of the problems I think I have encompassed, from being on YouTube, is that people assume that I think I'm the best barber around. Has nothing to do, what I do on YouTube has nothing to do with me being the best barber. I'm far from being the best barber around, okay? But I understand how to put people in the seat. I know how to put people in the chair. I know how to put customers in the chair. See, I'm not the greatest barber in the world, but I'm one of the greatest at putting people in the chair. Okay, that I do know. But again, it's about understanding people, and it's about understanding that people are not interested in how great you are. When people come to see me to get a haircut, they don't care about me teaching a class in Atlanta or in Warner Brothers or going to Chicago or going to Tampa. They don't care about none of that stuff. They just want to get a lineup. They just want to get a haircut. They don't care about the things that barbers, consider important. They just want to get a haircut. They just want to get their hair styled. Okay? So, when we go off on tangents and we send out these messages about how great we are, what we do is we set ourselves up for problems. And again, as a barber, as a stylist, your main concern really should be making money. That should be your main concern. And you say, why if I bragged, that's going to keep me from making money? Okay, first thing, if you're a great barber, if you're a good barber, fine. But if you got products that you want me to buy as a consumer, number one, I don't care. I'm not looking to make you rich. I'm not looking to make you rich, not looking to make you fat, not looking to make you, rich man and go away on cruises and drive big cars. I don't really care about that. I just care about your product. When you brag to me, when you throw your money in my face, when you throw your cars in my face, when you throw your house, you show off all your riches to me, it makes me not want to purchase and not want to patronize you. Okay? So the worst thing you can do as a barber, as someone trying to get people to patronize you, is to throw what you have, to brag, to make yourself, almost a pain in the butt to people. Okay? Good. You're a good barber? Fine. Let your work speak for itself. Let your customers speak for you. But the last thing you want to do is walk around telling folk how great you are and how good you are. People will be turned off. They might admit that you're good. They might admit that you got a good style. But if you got a video coming out, they won't even purchase it. They try to get a free version of it. They do anything not to help you make more money because they just don't want to hear, and they just hate. People hate on people, especially if you're good at what you do. Okay, so in order to receive customers, in order to let people still feel good about purchasing from you, what you want to do is downplay what it is you may have or you may not have. You want to downplay what it is that you're doing. Okay, you don't want people to think that you stuck up and you all about you and this and that. That should not be you. You should be humble. If you stay humble, you will make money. If you're flamboyant, if you're out there, if you're a diva, if you're a big mouth, I'm telling you right now, you will have more problems than not. People are not concerned about how well you're doing. Okay? And that's one of the reasons why a lot of barbers scratch their head when they go to shows. And people don't want to buy their videos. And people don't want to buy their products. It's not because the product isn't good. It's not because the video isn't good. It's because people don't like you. And if people don't like you, they're not going to buy your product. Okay? And the key once again, the key is to sell and to make money. Sell products and make money. And if you can't sell products and make money because people don't like you, then you're defeating the purpose. You're defeating the whole purpose of making or doing what you're doing. Okay? So I don't need to tell everybody that I'm the best barber in South Carolina. I don't need to tell everybody that I'm the hardest thing smoking. I just need to cut hair and take care and service my clients. If I do that well, my customers will speak for me. Word of mouth will get out. People can still stomach me when I open my mouth. I can still get somebody to buy my product. I can still get somebody to sit in my chair. You understand? And I don't have to worry about my own attitude killing me. Don't be your own worst enemy. Okay? Work on humbling yourself. If somebody gives you a compliment, hey, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. But do not believe your own hype. Do not believe your own press. Don't let it go to your head. Stay humble. You'll make more money. Peace. Take care.